tough and heated road trip, the Angels return to the Big A to start a 6-game homestand tonight. Ervin Santana takes the hill against an old friend as the Halos look to get back on track. We've got the Royals and the Angels next.
Well, the Halos return back from a 2-4 road trip. It is break out the red week, and certainly everyone is busting out the red. Even Gooby and I are wearing the red here as we get ready for the first game of a 6-game homestand, the first against the Kansas City Royals. Hi, everyone, from inside the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubica. Glad you could join us for Angels baseball. And over the last week, we had a chance, especially live and in person, watch Peter Borges out at center field. This is his first game here at home in the big leagues, and you are going to be certainly impressed because we have.
Boy, Angel fans are going to love seeing him cover that ground in the Big A here. He made some unbelievable plays look easy on this road trip. Great first step and covered so much ground. In Detroit, you're talking about 420 to center field. Gets underneath it, sometimes even there, had to slow down to make the catch, that first step. And, of course, getting it acclimated at the plate is important for him. Hit that ball right down the third base line. Not only gets to second, he's not even looking at the base. He's able to touch the base and get around the third like it was not even there. He's that quick. He's going to get that ability to put the ball in play. Once he does that, you're seeing one of the fantastic young players in the game, especially when you see him covering ground in center field.
That right there was his first extra base hit. He's picked up his first RBI, first stolen base, first of everything. We're waiting for that first home run. Certainly a special one if it happens here tonight. Tonight, Ervin Santana is towing the slab for the Angels. He's looking to bounce back after a very tough start against the Baltimore Orioles.
Well, Ned Yost said it best in Kansas City when he faced the Royals earlier this season. He said Ervin had the best slider in baseball, and he went out there and struck out 6 guys, didn't walk a single batter in 7 innings to pitch. 1-1 mark on the season, ERA under 3 against Kansas City. If he establishes that fastball in at 93, 94 with good tempo, I didn't think his tempo was real good that last time out against Baltimore. Then throw that slider, curveball, and even his changeup, he should be effective against Kansas City.
Ervin's had very good numbers against the Kansas City Royals. He's going up against his former teammate, Sean O'Sullivan, towing the slab for the Kansas City Royals. It is break out the red week here in Anaheim. We've got first pitch right after this.
of Angels baseball. Nobody beats Howard's. By the all-new 2011 Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealers today. And by Shakey's Pizza, who competed in 22 World Series games and won 10. Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. Well, as always, here in Southern California, perfect weather for baseball. The sun is setting. You see the beautiful sky up above as we get ready for game one of this three-game set. And as always, this presentation of Angels baseball is brought to you by prodigious high definition courtesy of Time Warner Cable. Take a look at the lineup for Ned Yost and his Kansas City Royals to come into this one with a 47-64 record. Gregor Blanco leads things off. He is in center field. Jason Kendall is batting second and doing the catching. Billy Butler's at first base. It's Keila Ka'aiue, the designated hitter, he is batting cleanup. Wilson Betemit at third base. Alex Gordon, former third baseman, is now the left fielder. Mitch Meyer is in right. Yuniesky Betancourt, the shortstop, and Chris Getz will play second and bat ninth. Taking on Irvin Santana with a 10-8 mark and a 4.11 ERA. That ERA, of course, going up because of that outing at Camden Yards last week.
Been very effective when he has good tempo and pace during the course of the game. 123 strikeouts in those 146 innings pitched. So he does have that good stuff. Fastball last game out, even though results not there, 93-94 on that fastball.
Well, Irvin ended up throwing 95 pitches in 3 2/3 there as Gregor Blanco fouls off the very first pitch of this game. And we kick off this homestand with a strike. Blanco acquired from the Atlanta Braves, part of that Rick Ankiel, Kyle Farnsworth deal. Playing in center field. David DeJesus out pretty much for the rest of the year with that injury that he suffered at Yankee Stadium a couple of weeks ago. Blanco, he just went 82 in his limited action with Kansas City. He was hitting .310 as a member of the Braves organization. He's down and away and falling behind here in the early going is Irvin Santana. 2 balls and a strike.
Anytime you see a guy with it chokes up in the bat, generally he wants the ball up in the strike zone.
Like that as it's fouled off to the left and it's 2-2.
Contact hitter, utilizes his speed. You want to work down and away with your fastball on the outside part of the plate or make him swing at that slider down in on the back foot if you can, if you're Irvin Santana tonight.
Two-two pitch. That is ripped over to first. Howie Kendrick has got it. Takes it himself. There's out number one. And with a fine defensive play as that to start this game, let's take a look at the Angels. Defensively, Bobby Abreu in left, Peter Borges in center, Juan Rivera is in right, Alberto Callaspo and Eric Ibar on the left side, Meister Sturz and Howie Kendrick on the right, and Jeff Mathis doing the catching tonight.
And Alberto Callaspo has played some solid defense. He's had to make some unbelievably long throws at third base from behind the base. Good reactions, good strong throw.
There's Jason Kendall, the veteran catcher. He'll look at a fastball for a strike. Kendall hitting .263. No home runs. 33 runs batted in his first year as a member of the Royals organization. Went around on that slider. And it is 0-2.
Kendall always a guy that looks to make contact. Doesn't strike out a whole lot.
Fastball just missed inside. Had Kendall looking on the outside part of the plate. And it is 1-2.
Well, not a bad idea to come right back in there with that fastball. He's going to be looking away again, assuming that was just a pitch to show.
This one chopped over to short. Ibar racing in and fires on the first. Retired. Chase Kendall, 2 outs here to start this ball game. Brings up Billy Butler, the first baseman. A game we were talking about that Ned Yost was raving about Irvin Santana was in Kansas City. That was part of that 2-week road stretch, if you remember correctly. But Kendra Morales got hurt. Halos went 11-3 on that road stretch. But Irvin got a start there in Kansas City on May 31st. At 7 innings, gave up a run on 7 hits, struck out 6, walked nobody through 101 pitches.
He was throwing strikes with that slider the whole game, too. Not only getting swings and misses with those 6 strikeouts, but he also could throw it at any point of the count. Early on here, good tempo, good velocity on the fastball. That one at 94.
0-1 fastball is upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Butler hitting .309, 10 home runs, and 54 runs batted in. He's been the one constant in the lineup for Kansas City this year and doing a pretty good job over first base. Breaking pitch is in there, and it's 1-2. Keep in mind, though, that last time these two teams met, Irvin was on the mound on July the 3rd. That's when Irvin got the better of Billy Butler a couple times.
A few times.
A little hit by pitch. This one looped into center field, and it's a 2-out base hit by Butler.
Butler's one of those hitters, too. He's an inside-out swing, more of a gap-type hitter than power hitter. Kansas City, they hoped he would develop in more of a home run swing, but it's all about run production. He can definitely drive the ball very well to left center field, to right center field.
Well, that'll bring up their uber prospect, designated hitter Kila Ka'aiue, native of Honolulu, Hawaii. PCL All-Star this year, tearing it up down at AAA Omaha. Takes ball 1 outside. Ka'aiue hitting .319, 24 home runs, and 78 runs batted in down at Omaha, but hitting just .125 in his first 6 games in the big leagues.
Always that adjustment period down in the minor leagues. You get a lot more fastballs hits, especially when you're behind in the count, than you would be up at the big leagues.
One-0. Breaking pitch is in there. It evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. His full name is Micah Kila Ka'aiue.
Well, that's good research, Victor.
He just goes by Kila is his first name. Here's the 1-1. Big rip and a foul ball back. And it's 1-2. Butler over at first, 2 outs here in the first. The 1-2. Breaking pitch, bouncing to dirt. Ka'aiue has a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Such a friendly name, that Ka'aiue.
That is a great name. I wonder what it means in Hawaiian. Hello?
It's a possibility. To do some research as he fouls that one back. Count remains even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, a guy definitely the Royals have been counting on to provide some power. That's the one thing, if you look at the Royals over the last few seasons, generally down towards the bottom as far as home runs. And they had to manufacture runs. If they don't have guys getting on base, they have a tough time scoring.
We'll get Norm on this. Find out the meaning of Ka'aiue throughout the game, and hopefully we can get that to you. It's full count here, and with 2 outs, it means Billy Butler is going to be off at the pitch.
Well, Norm can do a lot of stuff I think he can find out for us.
Oh, there's no doubt. Jack of all trades, master of absolutely none. But he is really good at that. You're the man, Norm. Just underway here with 2 outs. There comes the 3-2. That is pulled foul. Watch out over there. Broke his bat. Mike Aviles is now aware. He might have actually grabbed some sunflower seeds. Some guys usually bring the glove back up to the railing.
Sunflower seeds more effective for him.
Kila was a guy who was a 15th round pick in 2002 by Kansas City and really didn't break out until 2008. Double-A, hit 26 home runs, 79 RBIs, and became a staple for Royals fans as far as prospects coming up in the system. Another 3-2. This one looped down the left field line. Out of play. Count remains at 3 balls, 2 strikes. He had a down year last year. And some have attributed that to perhaps the fact that Kansas City went out and signed Mike Jacobs prior to 2009.
And that was a signing they believe they finally got that power swing from the left side.
Yeah. It factored into the perhaps Kilo's psyche, thinking he perhaps after the numbers he put up at AA, AAA the year before in 08 that he deserved a chance, and that's why they said they had a down year. Another 3-2, and they got him with the off-speed pitch. And there's the first strikeout for Irvin Santana. 1/2 inning in the books here at the Big A. Angels coming up to face Sean O'Sullivan with no score. Score. Take a look at the lineup for the Angels. Coming to this one with a 56 and 57 mark. Dropping yesterday's game, but taking 2 of 3 from the Tigers. Still 9 games back of the Texas Rangers. Bobby Abreu leading things off in left. Eric Ibar at shortstop. The former Royal Alberto Callasco at third base. Hideki Matsui, the DH. Meister Sturis at second. Juan Rivera is back out in right. This is game number 3 of the Torrey Hunter suspension. Howie Kendrick at first, Jeff Mathis doing the catcher, and Peter Borges batting ninth and playing center field. Taking on the former Angel, Sean O'Sullivan.
1-2 mark. What a win he had against New York when he was a member of the Angels, in which he threw the ball exceptionally well. Fastball, 89 to 94 range, slider, and a very good changeup. Pitches inside very effectively also.
Abreu steps in, hitting .253 with 12 home runs, 60 runs batted in. Just 2 for 12 in that series against the Tigers. Included a double, his 28th of the year. Now batting in a leadoff spot for the 4th time this year and for the foreseeable future. Off-speed pitches down low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and that's the pitch that Sean O'Sullivan will make his money on in the big leagues. That very good straight changeup.
He does so that effectively behind in the count. Use it as a strikeout pitch also. Going to rate back again with another changeup.
Off speed, now it's pulled into right field, a base hit. Mitch Meyer picks it up, fires it back in, and the Halos has got their leadoff man on board. And we'll take a look at the defense for Sean O'Sullivan and Kansas City Royals. Alex Gordon left, Gregor Blanco in center, Mitch Meyer is in right. Wilson Betamit and Unieski Betancourt on the left side. Chris Getz and Billy Butler on the right, with the veteran Jason Kendall doing the catching.
And Billy Butler, when he first came up, they had him in left field in a DH position, but it has been pretty solid as far as fielding his position at first base. Good throwing arm as far as turning double plays to 3-6-3 double play.
Here's Eric Ibar hitting .276 on the year, 5 home runs, picked up his 5th in the Motor City. Betamit, the third baseman, in on the grass by about 5 or 6 feet, anticipating a bunt. But as we've seen over the last couple of games, Mike Scioscia has not necessarily gone with a straight bunt or sacrifice situation. He started runners. We even saw Hideki Matsui going on a hit and run attempt. The first pitch is a fastball up high.
And base runners have been definitely taking a chance against when Jason Kendall's been behind the plate. He has thrown out 23% of would-be base stealers. Sean O'Sullivan has given up 4 stolen bases in 5 attempts so far as a member of the Royals.
Making his 4th start in a Kansas City Royals uniform. Quick throw over, and Bobby's back. You mentioned that start against the Yankees. That's when he was with the Angels. Went 6 innings, giving up just 2 earned runs, picking up the win there. Then his first start in a Royals uniform was against the Yankees in New York. Gave up 5 earned runs at 5 innings. Took a no decision against Baltimore. Took the loss against Oakland his last time out. 1-0 pitch. And Ibar rolls this one foul. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, that's always a difficult thing, especially if you're a young pitcher. You have a very good game against a club, particularly the New York Yankees, and you got to go face them right away the very next start. Especially because they figured out that changeup. He threw it very well as a member of the Angels against it, but they just stayed back long enough to be able to hit him pretty consistently the other way.
The Halos were in Texas when that deal was consummated. Callaspo coming back in return. There goes Abreu, and the pitch is shot to left field, base hit. Betancourt was covering, and Abreu easily scrolls into third base. The hit and run works. And the Angels have runners at first and third, but nobody out here in the first, and Callaspo coming up.
Glad to see Mike Sochi continue that pattern of getting back to where the Angels have been so successful over the years under his tenure, going hit and run, forcing the defense to be out of their position. Betancourt comes over to be able to cover. Normally that's a double play ball for sure. Instead, it's first and third. All about movement. You take your chances. Occasionally it doesn't work, but most times for the Angels it has worked effectively.
I'll tell you what, great job by Eric Ibar maneuvering the bat pitch on the inside part of the plate. Take that inside out approach with Betancourt covering. Early RBI opportunity here for Alberto Callaspo. Switch hitter takes a breaking pitch down low. Callaspo hitting .277 on the year. 8 home runs and 48 runs batted in. As a member of the Angels, Callaspo hitting .291. 2 doubles, 5 RBIs. Ibar with a pretty good lead at first. This one's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Two off-speed pitches to start the at-bat to Callaspo. Think they got the scouting report?
I think they know him a little bit.
You think so?
I think they know he hits the fastball very well. Fastball way, hits the ball. It's very good to left center field, too.
2-0 pitch. That's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. The infield back at double play depth, although the middle infielder is not all the way back. They are what you would call halfway. Betancourt and Getz. There's a strike on the corner.
I think the reason why is because the Royals on this road trip, they've been on the road for a while, have not scored a lot of runs at all. Factor in the thing that Irvin Santana, who's had success against the Royals this year on the mound, Ned Yost decided to maybe see if they can keep this run from scoring from third base by bringing them halfway in.
(3-1) and Callaspo lifts a fly ball to shallow center. Not sure it's going to be deep enough as Blanco comes in. He's under it. Abreu's not tagging, and Ibar did tag, and he takes second base rather easily.
When I was watching Eric all the way through, when he saw there wasn't a cutoff man going to be in position to be able to make that play, he was going to go. That's this great base running. Now you've taken away the possibility of a ground ball double play and no runs scored.
Great base running and horrible defense on the part of the Royals. Billy Butler was still on the first base side of the mound. Never anticipated the fact that Ibar would tag, so nice job by Ibar. Second and third here. 1 out, infield back with Matsui at the plate. So they will play the infield in with runners at first and third. They'll play the infield back. First pitch fastball is a strike on the outside corner. Matsui hitting .244. 14 home runs and 55 runs batted in. was not in the lineup yesterday. On Saturday, had 3 walks. Ended up going 0 for 2. Deal 1 pitch. Off speed in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sullivan's got good arm action on that changeup. Think fastball if you're a hitter, but you have to keep your hands back. Don't go forward. In this situation, Matsui has to hit the fly ball. He has to get one of these runs across.
Abreu over third, Ibar at second here in the bottom of the first. Breaking pitch is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Five straight left-handed batters to face Sean O'Sullivan here in the bottom of the first inning. Good hitters counted. 2 balls and a strike. Matsui pulls this one over to the right side. Gets has got it. Abreu will score, and the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Point, if Eric Ibar does not tag up and go to second base, that's an inning double play. So credit that run to Eric Ibar, not only with the ability to put the ball in play on the hit and run, getting Bobby to third base, but be able to tag up, get to second. Now that routine ground ball gets a run for the Angels.
Matsui picking up RBI number 56. So 2 outs and a man at third now for Meiser Sturz. You'll look at a fastball in for a strike. Meiser went 2 for 4 yesterday, picking up a triple, his first of the year, scored a run. 247 on the season with 3 home runs. 25 RBIs. 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Seventeen pitches thrown by Sean O'Sullivan here in the first. Back-to-back singles by Abreu and Ibar. An RBI ground down by Hideki Matsui. Breaking pitch lifted in the air to shallow left. Going out is Betancourt and Bettamy. And the third baseman backpedaling, makes the grab, and there is out number 3. The Angels strike first to get a run on a couple hits, and after 1 complete, Angels up 1-0. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. By Carl's Jr., introducing the Hawaiian Teriyaki Chicken Sandwich with grilled pineapple and teriyaki sauce, new at Carl's Jr. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. Top of the second here at the Big A. It is 1-0 Angels. Wilson Bettamy lead things off, swings the first pitch and fouls it back. Bettamy doesn't get cheated in his hacks at the plate. Hitting .342 for Kansas City. 4 home runs, 16 runs batted in.
I think the good idea against him is, besides fastballs in off the plate, off-speed pitches, whether changeups or curveballs, very effective against Betemit.
Fastball missing inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Betemit, Gordon, and Meyer here in the second for Kansas City. Royals 24-35 away from Kauffman Stadium. That pitch up and away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Kansas City 16 games back for the Chicago White Sox in the American League Central. Still trying to find their way in that Central Division. 2-1 upstairs, 3 balls and a strike.
Well, they do have some supposed prospects coming up through the system. They feel that finally they're going to have some offensive players that can drive the ball out of the ballpark, even though Kauffman Stadium is a spacious ballpark.
That would foul back. It's full count now. So Alex Gordon's on deck. He's a guy that was former #1 pick for Kansas City as a third baseman out of the University of Nebraska. Mike Moustakas, Southern California native, former first-round pick for Kansas City a couple of years ago. Is on his way, or fast track, if you will. 3-2 foul back. Another fastball there.
And he was at the Futures game here during All-Star Weekend. We're very excited about him. More than likely, it will put him into third base position. That's why Alex Gordon was moved out to left field.
Full count here on Wilson Betemit, leading off the second. The breaking pitch is cut on and missed. Down goes Betemit. Back-to-back strikeouts for Santana. There's the first down here in the second.
It's a good curveball. Try to throw an off-speed pitch to Betemit. He loves the fastball. Good pitch on the outer half.
Here's Alex Gordon, left fielder, hitting .214. 5 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Got off to a slow start this year as the starting third baseman. He was the heir apparent, if you will, for that void at third base. Everyone likened Alex Gordon to that of George Brett, which are huge shoes to fill without question. And being that close out of the University of Nebraska, they figured, perfect. This guy's in our backyard. He's going to come to Kansas City. He's going to love it.
Loved Kansas City as a kid growing up. I mean, there's been 2 guys that they've anointed the next George Brett. One was Johnny Damon when he came up, first round pick, and then of course then it was Alex Gordon after that. And both of them had a lot of pressure on them themselves and have not performed in Kansas City, although Johnny Damon's had himself a great career when he moved on to other teams.
He was the 2nd overall pick in 2005 and had an injury-marred season last year, having to deal with a hip injury. The 1-2 pitch is down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Always seemed to have problems with fastballs on the inside corner. When he first came up, hit the ball very well on the outer half, but inside he had problems with it.
Pulls this one foul, and that one clears the coaching area there. Kevin Seitzer, Ned Yost taking cover. Cal remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the expectations certainly were raised when Gordon hit 29 home runs in his first full season. That was at Double-A Wichita. The following year, he was in the big leagues.
Another good changeup by Urban Santana. He's been using that pitch more effectively early in the ball game, especially against left-handed batters. That way you have that fastball with that little extra on there to get him by it.
Two-two pitch. That is high and deep to right. Playable, however, for Juan Rivera. 2 outs. Brings up Mitch Meyer, the right fielder. Meyer hitting .267 with 4 home runs and 31 runs batted in. Takes a fastball in for a strike. Mentioned the Royals trying to change the personnel a little bit. designating for assignment, former Angel Jose Guillen. Meyer rolls this one foul. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
It's been a tough few days for the Kansas City. First have to make that decision to let go of a hitter with leading your club in RBI and home runs, and then Zach Greinke coming right back out after that, saying he's getting tired of waiting for these prospects to perform. Wonder if he's running out of time there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Zach certainly not following up his Cy Young year last year with a similar type campaign. Very good, but pedestrian-like for him anyway. As Meyer fouls that one back, the count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 years still remaining on his contract. At very friendly dollars.
I would not be surprised if you see his name out there as far as a possible trade bait during the wintertime.
A lot of foul balls in this game here in the early going.
Irvin all the way up to 41 pitches. For a lot of strikes, 28 of them in the strike zone. That's why that changeup becomes effective, because out in front, then you can get that fastball at 93, 94. You can get it by them. I mean, now with that slider in this situation, they're down and in.
And down goes Meyer as Mathis will have to flip over to Kendrick. The strikeout is recorded. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Irvin Santana. 3 punch outs already tonight. Into the bottom of the second with the Angels leading at 1-0. Bottom of the second inning here on a gorgeous night for baseball. Juan Rivera to lead things off here against Sean O'Sullivan. It'll be Rivera, Kendrick, and Mathis. Halos getting that run in the first. Couple of base hits by Abreu and Ibar. And Matsui with an RBI ground out. Juan takes a fastball down low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Rivera overall hitting .266, 12 home runs. 43 runs batted in. He was 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. And in the Tiger series, 4 for 8. A total of 3 runs batted in. Takes the curveball in there. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
The big thing with Sean O'Sullivan's made an adjustment in his delivery on his landing leg as compared to his with the Angels. They have him swinging that front leg open more so where he opens up the front shoulder to be able to get the pitch with movement on the outer half of the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And you'll be able to see right here where he's used to be straight over the top and landing, and now he's opening up his front leg to be able to get to that part of that plate, which he was not effective in their opinion on a consistent basis. Kind of an odd thing when you're opening up like that for me. I think it's more deception for a pitcher to have your leg closed in and hide the baseball better.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bob McClure, the pitching coach of the Kansas City Royals.
Right here where you'll see where he's going to right to that hip action, then he swings the hip open, and that's how he's able to get to that side of the plate. Open it up, landing differently as compared to having your front foot pointing towards home plate. It's opening up, be able to hit that part of the plate, whether it's inside on a lefty or away on a righty.
Breaking pitch is low, full count now.
That was pretty effective on the outside corner. He didn't get the call for it.
Marvin Hudson calling the balls and strikes this evening. Veteran Darrell Cousins at first, Jim Joyce at second, Jim Wolf at third. Payoff pitch. Off speed is hit on the ground to the right side. Butler to his right's got it. Feeds O'Sullivan, and there's out number one. If Butler doesn't get that ball, it's an interesting play. Ball not hit that sharply.
Jets have to cover a lot of ground at second base. He's playing up the middle. That was a pretty good play. We talked about Billy Butler making some adjustments playing every day at first base. Good feed also. Sean O'Sullivan covering the base. That's what you want as a pitcher. You run over the base. Don't stretch early. You stretch after the ball is thrown.
Now he takes a fastball for a strike. That one line to right field, a base hit. Boy, he waited nicely on that breaking pitch. Talk about keeping the hands back. It's all right to commit that bottom half. Keep the hands back. You can make the adjustment on that pitch.
A lot of times, you're right, Victor. A lot of times hitters will get out in front. Hips are already open. They made that commitment, but the hands are through it, and it's a routine out. In other words, Honda will show right here, breaking ball, right over the middle part of the plate, able to keep his hands back. That is his perfect textbook swinging on a pitch, a breaking pitch on the outer half.
Well, he extends his hitting streak to 11 games now. Brings up Jeff Mathis, third hit of this ball game for the Halos. Mathis tries to drop a bunt in front of the plate. Kendall's going to have to hurry, and the throw beats Mathis. There are two outs now. So take a look at our FoxSportsWest.com poll question. Peter Borges stepping to the plate. Is Peter the Angels' leadoff hitter of the future? Yes or no?
Well, I think when you look at Peter Borges, and I think the Angel fans are just going to love the way this guy can play and how well he runs. Similar situation with Sean Figgins when he first came up. Let him go down there and be comfortable in the 8th or 9th spot so we can see more pitches, more fastballs down at that spot. Then I think eventually you will see him leading off for the Angels because he has that type of speed.
Lays off the breaking pitch, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Overall, hitting 136. He's got an RBI and a double. The double yesterday against the Tigers snapped an 0 for 15 stretch. Ended up at third base on the error by Ryan Raver. Now he's got a huge lead at second base. There's the 1-0. That was a strike. 1-1.
That adjustment he's made on his mechanics has been pretty good, getting on that outside part. But Jason Kendall, the way he caught that baseball, caught that ball and forced it out of the zone.
Outfield playing shallow for Kansas City with Borges at the plate.
Boy, Alex Gordon's playing a shallow left field and almost on the left field line.
As if Borges was a dead pull hitter.
Must have saw that highlight of that baseball down the line on the opening for us.
You wouldn't want to get burned, would you?
No.
Here's the 1-1. That's up and in. A little chin music. Something that Sean O'Sullivan certainly is not afraid to do. You like that about him.
That's why his changeup is so effective, because he can throw his fastball inside, both the righties and lefties. For a young pitcher, Sean O'Sullivan, for me, is very effective pitching inside for effect and for strikes.
2-1 pitch. 2-2. Two-two. That is fouled off to the right.
You could play up in the stands by a fan. Wearing red, of course.
Break out the Red Week. Good crowd on hand here to kick off this 6-game homestand. Another 2-2 is a breaking ball that misses outside. Full count, as we were reminded by the parking staff. 27 more to go.
Still plenty of time.
Absolutely. Home game, of course. Of course, because that's all they care about. Full count here with 2 outs. Kendrick at second. Halos up 1-0 with Abreu on deck. Payoff pitch. That's upstairs. Walked him. First walk issued by O'Sullivan. Puts 2 on now for Bobby. Meeting out of the mound with Chris Getz and Jason Kendall. Got by his fastball, too, as you were talking about O'Sullivan opening up to make sure he gets to that outside part of the plate. That's the effect of not getting to that point with your bottom half, because everything tends to drag, and more times than not, the fastball remains elevated.
Because you're counting on having quick arm speed to get it up in that arm slot to be effective, because when you have that front side opening up, you don't have much time to be able to release and be consistent on the outside part of the plate with your arm, because it dragged your elbow, and that's where you see elevated pitches.
So Kendrick at second. It's Borges at first. Good speed on the bases for Bobby Abreu. Had a base hit in the first inning. So the fastball away for a strike. First time since 2007, which he's hit the leadoff spot. That was Friday night. He did it in 6 games for the Yankees in 07. As he rips one into the alley on right center field, nobody's going to get this one. Borges flying around third is easily going to score. It's a 2 RBI double for Bobby Abreu, and the Halos are up 3-0.
Borges got around there and seemed to be in the second. Well, if you're a hitter now for the Angels and Borges is on base, you got a real good chance to get an RBI no matter where he's at. And that's a great swing from Bobby Abreu. I'm just going to make the point. Sean O'Sullivan, because of the fact he flies open like that, you're going to see a better pitch to drive. And our Howard's replay will show that fastball that's up and is a left-handed batter. You can see that through out of his hand, the better opportunity to be able to drive it. Here comes Borges around third. Pretty quick. Easily scoring the 3rd run.
Without a doubt. Bobby picking up his 29th double. 61st and 62nd RBIs of the year. The big 2-out hit here in the early going. Ibar had a base hit in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1. Off-speed pitch is cued right back to O'Sullivan. Flip on to Butler. That will end the inning, but the Halos get 2 runs here on 2 hits. Bobby Abreu, a 2 RBI double. The Angels a 3-0 lead through 2. We start at the top of the third here. Kansas City to send up 8-9-1 against Irvin Santana, who has 3 strikeouts. Retired the side in order in the second. Yudieski Betancourt shows bunt. Actually, more like bluffs a bunt. Takes the strike. It's 0-1. Betancourt, the shortstop for the Royals, hitting .257, 8 home runs, 46 runs batted in.
Keeps looking down to third base, thinking about dropping down that bunt.
0-1 is pulled toward the hole. Big hop, and it goes off the glove of Ibar. And that'll go as a base hit for Betancourt. So the Royals get their leadoff man on board.
Hit the ball pretty well on that fastball that was up. Ibar, if he fields it cleanly, has a real good shot at getting Betancourt at first base, but tricky hop at the end off his glove.
Chris Getz at the plate. Callaspo is playing in at third. Takes outside for ball 1. Getz, former member of the Chicago White Sox organization. He and Josh Fields coming over in an offseason deal with Chicago, from Chicago, in exchange for Mark Teahan. Hasn't quite worked out for both parties. Gets hitting .235 as that pitch is up and away. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
Now with a lot of speed. He's been in there enough on an everyday basis, putting the ball in play. Could utilize that quick speed that he has. 11 stolen bases on the season to 7 extra base hits.
Takes a 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. Callaspo, prior to the first pitch at third base, actually motioned to Ibar, reminding him that Getz likes to slap the ball the opposite way. With Callaspo playing in, kind of a hole on the left side of the infield. Cognizant of that. 2-1. That is pulled to center. Borges is there. Makes the catch. 1 away. Take a look at our Hyundai key to the game with Irvin Santana on the mound.
Just smooth sailing. Just go out with that good pace. Utilize that fastball for Irvin Santana. And then, of course, finish off with the slider. Above all, get back to the pace he established about 3 or 4 starts ago in which he was dominant.
Leadoff man Gregor Blanco is at the plate now with the man at first. Blanco for 1. He grounded out to Howie Kendrick to start this ball game off. Shows bunt, takes upstairs. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
When Mathis almost had a shot at Betancourt at first, but Howie was coming in. We're going to be back there at first base in time to be able to apply the tag, but it was close.
Irvin falls behind at 2 balls and no strikes. Blanco, native of Venezuela, got to the big leagues in 2008. Hit .251 in a full season there. Limited action last year, putting up pretty good numbers this year prior to the trade. A lot of former Atlanta Braves on this Kansas City Royals roster, up and down, both from a player standpoint and front office standpoint, with Dayton Moore, their general manager, who used to work under John Schuerholz in Atlanta.
And Dean Taylor, who used to work with the Royals and moved down there with John Schuerholz, is back with Kansas City in a front office capacity.
Ned Yost, a longtime third base coach for Bobby Cox.
Kevin Seitzer, their hitting coach, right next to him.
Ned just signed an extension through 2012, so the interim label no longer applies. He joined the Royals organization prior to the year. Front office capacity, took over when Trey Hillman was fired, and now everyone liking the job that he is doing, rewarded with a contract. So 3 balls and no strikes on Blanco, and that fastball catches the corner, 3-1.
You know, we talk about throwing at that zero, that shutdown inning after your offense gives you 2 more runs. Thanks to Bobby Abreu's double the right center field. So Irvin's got to get back in there throwing some strikes.
There goes Betancourt. The pitch is upstairs, and it doesn't matter. Ball 4. And Santana issues his first walk. Puts 2 on here with 1 away, and Jason Kendall coming to the plate. Going back to that fastball command, we talked about the start he had in Baltimore, in which he lacked it. That's why he threw 95 pitches in 3+ innings. In the early going, first inning plus, a lot of foul balls. That's why Irvin's at 53 pitches, 34 for strikes. Just getting out of the zone all of a sudden. Kendall pulls one over to third. Callaspo feeds his first for 1. Relay to first is in time. Inning-ending double play. It goes around the horn. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Halos still lead at 3-0. Was none other than Mark Gubicza. That was October 28, 1996.
Just a few years ago.
Well, congratulations. You are now our version of Dean Chance. Somehow.
Yeah. I wish I had as many shutouts and no-hitters and everything else that Dean Chance had. Great fastball.
Yeah. Callaspo takes the strike. Evens a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Be sure to visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. Callaspo lining one into center field for a leadoff base hit. There's that off-speed pitch, kind of a little bit up in the strike zone, giving Callaspo some extra time to read it. Leadoff man is on board for Hideki Matsui.
Another swing for an Angel hitter in which they were fooled and out front enough, but they kept their hands back. Callaspo out in front, but his hands were still deep in the strike zone to be able to put that ball in play. Circle change up, out over the plate, front hip open, but the hands were back long enough to be able to punch it into the outfield for a base hit.
Here's Matsui, who grounded out in the first inning, but picked up an RBI, giving the Angels a 1-0 lead. Swings the breaking pitch, and a Q's one back to O'Sullivan. He retired for the first time. Callaspo advances into scoring position, brings up Meiser Esters. Hey, folks, tomorrow night, all fans in attendance will receive a free plaid hat courtesy of Autotrader.com. Since this is Break Out the Red Week, special hit Halo prizes for this night include, hold on there, Gooby, Oakley sunglasses, iPods, Disneyland passes, Yard House gift cards, a Torrey Hunter and Jared Weaver autograph All-Star Clubhouse chair, and much more. Get your tickets at AngelsBaseball.com or any of the Angels Stadium ticket windows.
Well, how nice is that hat going to look when you walk around Boston?
Oh. Beantown and plaid. I'm going to paint the town plaid, my man. Might even take the backpack with me. Just call me Joey.
That's well, you should.
Meiser stirs with a no ball, 1 strike count. A man in scoring position. Swings at that breaking pitch. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. Meiser popped out to end the first. Nobody really holding Kayaspo on at second. The 0-2 is outside, going with that fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Halos with 5 hits already against John O'Sullivan. Picking up a run in the first, 2 in the second. The 2 in the second coming on the 2-out double by Bobby Abreu.
You think after that fastball elevated like that, O'Sullivan will throw a changeup here.
And he foul tipped and it was hung on to by Kendall. And there's out number 2. First punch out for O'Sullivan to go with the walk.
He did throw that changeup after that high fastball. Good arm action on this pitch. Meiser out in front. That's what you're supposed to do if you're a pitcher. Get the hitter to be out in front like that. But so far the Angels have been effective as far as keeping their hands long enough in the strike zone to be able to make that contact.
So Juan Rivera steps in. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Billy Butler in the second inning. Takes that breaking pitch up high. Good numbers for Juan since the All-Star break. Drills this one out toward right center field. Chasing They'll track it down. The 3rd out of the inning. So the Halos get a lead-off hit, and they strand him at second base. 3 complete here at the Big A. Angels up 3-0. That is one of 3 players who is his franchise's all-time leader in singles, doubles, triples, and home runs. Who are the others? It's a great question.
That is a very good one.
We start at the top of the 4th inning here with Billy Butler leading things off. Butler takes a slider outside. He had a 2-out base hit in the first, so Billy's 1 for 1. Santana's allowed 2 hits, struck out 3, and he's walked 1. That one's on the outside corner.
I can't think. I'm going to go with Carl Crawford, though, for Tampa.
That's a good guess. One you wouldn't think about because of the expansion team. Cal Ripken?
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know if it probably has more than Eddie Murray and a few others, because Eddie moved on to another few teams after that. Cal played all his games with Baltimore. That might be a good call.
You think he's got more home runs than Mark Belanger? 1 ball, 2 strikes on Butler.
Maybe a few.
Yeah.
Not as many Gold Gloves, though.
Butler looping one out to right field. That'll be in play for Juan Rivera. There's the first down. What about Joe Orsolak?
The O-Dog?
The O-Dog.
He could hit. He could have line drive the other way, but I don't think he had many home runs. Maybe a few doubles and triples.
So 1 out, nobody on here for Kila Ka'aiue. DH for the Kansas City Royals. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Well, we promised you that Norm Peters, our stats guy, was going to do some research here, some hardcore research, as Ka'aiue takes a strike. Just been handed this note. Norm apparently believes that in Peru, the name means one who helps build pyramids. 1 ball, 1 strike. Norm, I think you're going to have to go back and do some more research.
That was pretty good, Norm.
This one hit out towards center. Just got it in enough on the hands of Ka'aiue, and there are 2 outs.
I want to avoid hitting the ball to center field anyhow with Borges out there. Unless you get hit over the fence. Much ground as he covers.
So with 2 outs and nobody on, Wilson Bettamy will step up. Bettamy was a strikeout victim leading off the second. Swings the first pitch and fouls it off.
Bettamy will not let a fastball go on that first pitch. He's got great power, though. He connects on that fastball. It can go a long way.
5 teams in 8 years for Wilson Bettamy. Pulls this one over to first. Backhanded by Howard. Drops it for a moment, but no problem whatsoever. Irvin Santana is right there to record the 3rd out. We're into the bottom of the 4th with the Angels up 3-0. Here he had a base hit his first time up.
And this is why he was so effective. In this part, you see where right here, you got this is his hips are starting to open up. He's able to fly open, but his head stays back and the hand stays in this position to be able to stay back and drive the ball the other way. Great job as far as hips open, still able to keep the hands back in the zone and drive it to right center field.
Well, he swings at the first pitch off speed here, and it's no balls or strike. Now he picked up that base hit with 1 out in the 2nd inning. Came around to score on the Abreu double. Now with an 11-game hitting streak. Joe's bunt drops it up the 3rd base line, and this one is going to go foul at the last moment. It wanted to hang on there and hit the base.
Doesn't happen too often. You generally will roll back and stay in play, but the ball was hit on it a little bit too firmly. It wanted to work its way back. Just foul.
Looked like once it hit that, the cut of the grass really turned it left. No balls, 2 strikes. One and 2 now. O'Sullivan with a strikeout and a walk in this ball game, giving up 5 hits. That one almost had Howie on the hip. Sean looked down at the landing area. Maybe just kind of lost his footing there. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fastball inside, ran all the way in. Kendall was setting up in the inside corner, but that missed by a lot.
Off speed, he chased it. Now he goes down swinging for the first out.
Changeup once again by O'Sullivan, effective after the fastball. So if you're an Angel hitter, whether you're on deck or on that bench, he backs up that changeup a lot after a fastball that's either inside or elevated. You look for tendencies and patterns. Pitchers generally will fall into those rhythms throughout the course of a game. As a hitter, that gives you a better opportunity to look for a pitch to be able to drive it.
Mathis swings at the first pitch, and Skies went out to deep right center field. Gregor Blanco, the center fielder, is there. Makes the catch for out number 2. We go back to our AT&T trivia question. We're talking about George Brent of the Kansas City Royals, one of 3 players who is his franchise's all-time leader in singles, doubles, triples, and home runs. Who are the other 3? Sam Musial, Robin Yount.
Well, we were right on top of those. I contributed a number of those categories for Robin Yount.
Did you?
So I feel responsible.
Borges takes a strike.
Southern California native, went to Taft High School in the Valley.
Borges takes down low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. I never would have guessed. I guess Albert not quite there as far as the overall numbers. He's put up some monster numbers. I guess if you had mentioned just St. Louis Cardinals, first name probably would have been Albert Pujols.
But when you're known as Stan the Man, that's a pretty good nickname.
Yeah, who needs Musial?
Stan the Man.
Just go to court and get that thing changed. 1-2. Borges fouls that one back. I think when he makes a reservation in St. Louis, he just says,
the man.
Just put it under the man. O'Sullivan with a 1-2. Borges takes high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Borges, little tapper up the third base line. It's going to be a tough play for Benaby. Put it in your pocket because you've got no chance. With 2 strikes, you're playing back. Almost impossible, even if you come up with that ball cleanly, to get Borges.
And I think that's what's going to make Borges eventually be a 300 hitter, whether it's a slow roller or bunting for base hits, utilizing that speed. That's a big thing for him. Borges playing back. I mean, Benaby's playing back. He's got to try to come in on the bare hand and make that play, but there's no chance. But Borges, right away, he's thinking base hit going down that line. No chance at all. Infield hit.
I love the fact that he never looked to his left. Didn't care where the ball was at. Didn't care where the fielder was at. One thing in mind, that was sniffing out the knock. 2 out base hits brings up Bobby Abreu. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a 2 RBI double. And you would think that Borges is going to be going here in this at-bat.
It's all about getting acclimated as far as reading pitchers. Average of 36 steals last 3 seasons in the minor league, so he's going to be in position to be able to steal a base here eventually. As soon as he gets that read from O'Sullivan, he's going to be going. He's getting back rather easily, too, as you look for him to get a little bit bigger lead.
There he goes. The pitch is up high, the third. Out of time. Second major league stolen base for Peter Borges. Now he's in scoring position.
You got word that Peter Borges got down the line, 4.1 second down the first baseline. Now stealing the base here with that good jump. Another way looking, the old conventional way of going into second base, the cleat first slide.
I love the pop-up slide. It's like taunting Jason Kendall. Look how fast I am, my man.
He is quick.
1 ball, no strikes on Abreu. Breaking pitches in there, 1-1. Two RBIs for Abreu in the second, giving him 62 now on the year. 29 doubles. Off-speed pitches up high. And again, shot on that last pitch, looking back down.
It's almost as if he's looking where he's landing each time. When you worry about your mechanics so much, whether you're a pitcher or a hitter, even a golfer, you worry about your mechanics so much, you have a tendency to fall off and go away from your game plan.
Change up, drilled high and deep to right center field. Nobody's going to get this one. A 2-run big fly for Bobby Abreu. His third hit of the game makes it 5-0 Angels.
Well, Bobby's on his way to a possible hit for the cycle. Got a single, a double, and now a home run. Another off-speed pitch. Tried to force that one down in the strike zone, and Bobby was all over that one to right center field. What a game. And that leadoff spot. Elevated. No doubt about it. That ball was getting out of the yard.
Single, double, home run for Abreu. 4 RBIs. We're in the fourth. Ibar takes a fastball away for ball 1. And again, a 2-out extra base hit. Ibar 1 for 2, a single to the first, to come back to O'Sullivan in the second. Pulls this one to the right side. Butler's got it. He'll feed O'Sullivan. That'll end the inning. But the Angels get 2 more, courtesy of Bobby Abreu's 13th home run of the year. 4 in the books. Angels lead it 5-0. Angels, Bobby Abreu's having a huge game. 3 for 3 with a single double, a home run, 4 runs batted in. He likes the leadoff spot here at the Big A. Alex Gordon to lead things off here against Irvin Santana. Gordon swings the first pitch and rolls out to Howie Kendrick. One pitch and one out to start the fifth inning. We'll take a look at our Lexus Pursuing Perfection.
Boy, Irvin Santana utilizing that changeup, fastball, and of course that slider to be able to get some swing and misses early in this ball game. Good job as far as using that secondary pitch, but his fastball with velocity behind it has been very good too at 93-94. That is our Lexus Pursuing Perfection. Also, a nice thing they get that one pitch, one out.
No doubt about it. Mitch Meyer takes a strike, and it's 0-1. 3 punch outs for Irvin, 1 walk. Got out of the groove there in that third inning. Could not find the strike zone. Ended up getting, however, that first pitch double play off the bat of Jason Kendall. Then cruised through the fourth inning. He's got the first down here in the fifth. And ahead of the count at 0 balls, 2 strikes. Meyer hits one out to center. Playable for Peter Borges. Hey, there's a great ticket special available for this Wednesday. That is the 12:35 game. By the way, it's Zach Greinke against Jared Weaver on Wednesday afternoon. Fans can save 50% off ticket prices in select seating areas when using the password Angels at angelsbaseball.com or any of the Angels Stadium ticket windows. For more information on Breakout the Red Week, visit angelsbaseball.com/Red Week. By the way, it's a dapper red tie. Nice job. You got the memo.
Yes. Looking forward to red tomorrow also. Gotta figure it out.
I might wear red on Wednesday. Betancourt hooking one down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It's off the fair pole. It is a home run for Betancourt. 5-1 Angels.
Again, jumping on that first pitch, hits it out. So quick on that fastball. Irvin's now given up 20 home runs on the season. Majority of them, though, have been solo home runs. There's a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame that give up a lot of home runs, generally being solo home runs. Inner half. Betancourt able to turn on that right off the foul pole.
Yeah, it's foul when it's actually foul. It becomes a fair pole, and you doink it off of there. Betancourt with his 9th home run of the year, his 47th run batted in. Getz fouls this one off to the left. (16 of the 20 home runs allowed by Irvin Santana solo jobs.
The late great Hall of Famer Robin Roberts used to give up a lot of solo home runs himself. Bert Blyleven, who I think finally will get in the Hall of Fame next year, gave up a lot of solo home runs himself. Means you're around the strike zone. How many guys on base? You're striking out a lot of guys. It also means you're pitching a lot of innings.
Yep. Base is empty at 287 average. Runners on 241.
Bearing down.
Lazy fly ball to left. Bobby is there. Makes the ground, and that will end the inning. The Royals get on the board with Betancourt's 9th home run of the year. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Angels still up 5-1. Is Sturz here against Sean O'Sullivan. Alberto 1 for 2. Fly ball to center and a base hit his last time up. That came as a leadoff man in the third, but he was stranded at second. As we take a look at our U.S. Marines leaders of the game. Led the Royals with 78 runs last year, second with 73 RBIs and 41 doubles. That pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, a guy that always puts the ball in play himself. Good contact hitter, hits the ball well to the alleys.
Takes a strike, 2-1 now. This one lined over to second. And there's the first out here in the 5th. I'll bring up Hideki Matsui. John O'Sullivan mentioned that last time out against Oakland on the 4th of August was spectacular through 5 innings. Then in the 6th inning, just could not figure it out. Ended up giving up 4 runs, 3 earned. It was 5 1/3. And allowed 5 runs here now through 4 1/3. In his career, 1-0 marking a 5.40 ERA here at the Big A for Big Sean. The win on September 29th of last year. It was against the Texas Rangers. Went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 earned runs.
You can see he still has that very good fastball, but he's still got that changeup a lot more. There was another changeup. Still, when you get that, even a view from the center field angle, from our camera angle, how he flies open, I still think it's much easier for a left-hander to see the ball out of his hand right now.
Matsui looping one out to right center field. Blanco's not going to get this one. It falls in for a base hit. So a 1-out knock for Hideki Matsui. And the Angels have had at least 1 hit in every inning thus far here against O'Sullivan.
Matsui again looking for something off speed. That was an off speed pitch again on the outer half. This time it was down. Not a bad spot for O'Sullivan, but Matsui read it enough to be able to keep his hands back and fight it in the outfield for a base hit.
Sturz takes down and away.
A lot of times, obviously, if you're O'Sullivan, you want to go out and perform in front of your ex-teammates. You want to show that the Angels were wrong letting you go, even though it was a deal. When we talked to him before he left down in Texas after it was made for Callaspo. But the reality is you want to show your former club that, hey, I'm a pretty good pitcher also. And you can see him at times overthrowing the fastball and elevating some of his changeups tonight.
Well, he's had 77 pitches here as Jason Kendall pays a visit to the mound, falling behind on the Sturz at 2-0. And he's got Meiser both times up, both on off-speed pitches. The Sturz popping out to Betemit down the left field line in the first inning, and then striking him out on the changeup in the third. Two-0 pitch. The Sturz lays off that one. It's 3 balls and no strikes.
You wonder who has the advantage. Callaspo, of course, knows the Royals very well. As a pitching staff, they think they know how to get him out. But I think what it comes down to is a pitcher, when you're going against your former club, there's all that tendencies. You know what pitches you're out pitch, so you kind of outthink yourself in the mound and instead of staying within your own game plan. And that can backfire against you sometimes. Because if you're a pitcher, you used to be doing your homework. It's just in case. I used to do that even in the dugout. Even though I was, watching my teammates hoping they did well, I was also trying to figure out their tendencies. What was their ability? I mean, what pitch could they not hit in certain situations, just in case they were moved?
That one's rolled to the right side. Butler never moved. Matsui will stop at second. Billy Butler, and we talked about this earlier, Not really. He's a guy without a position. I mean, at the end of the day, scouting reports will tell you he's doing a fine job at first base, but he's not your prototypical first baseman. There's the old adage from a scouting report, his best position is batter's box. This is probably why.
You have
as
to
a
go
left-handed hitter up, you've got to be busting off the bag and anticipating and trying to cover that hole on the right side.
As soon as that ball was pitched, you got to be jumping off the base and assume it's going to be hit. If it's hit down the line, well, then there's nothing you can do about that. But you're trying to get that weak ground ball in the hole that you should be able to make the play on. Instead, now it's first and second.
Bob McClure is coming out to talk things over here. And the Royals have action in their bullpen. Greg Holland begins to loosen. And the Angels will certainly take it, but that ball was not hit that hard. And now they've got runners at first and second here with one away as we go back and take a look at that ground ball off the bat of Meister Sirius.
He's in position right here. Ground ball. He's assuming the second baseman is going to be able to make that play. Well, you got to go after that as quick as you can. What you notice is, even though Mike Napoli and Howie Kendrick have not played a lot of first base throughout their career, they will go after that baseball. And as a pitcher, that's what you want. You know you got to cover on that side anyhow. Anything hit to the right side, you're covering the base. So you tell your first baseman, get it, I'll be there at first base to be able to pick you up.
Here's Juan Rivera. He's 0 for 2 with a ground ball to first and a fly ball to center. Takes a fastball that goes in and out of the glove of Jason Kendall. Kendall just shimmied Marvin Hudson out of the way with his backside.
He's caught a lot of games. A lot of games.
Get out the way. Matsui is at second, Asturias at first. Oh, one pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. When you've caught that many games, you've earned the right to two-step with any umpire.
It's amazing.
And take the lead.
Amazing the names he's up there with as far as catching. He's not a real big guy either.
There comes the 1-1. Inside with a fastball. 2 balls and a strike. I mean, this might be the next dance step. Dancing with the Stars. Watch this. Where's the baseball? Hey, what up? Get out of the way.
Either that, he's getting ready for the basketball season to get into boxing out to get the rebound.
And if there were some NBA teams watching, that's called defense, which seldom happens in the NBA. 2-1. Rivera, boy, he had a pitch to handle right there. Fouled it, or not fouled it, popped it up to center for out number 2. Talk about a pitch where you are sitting for that breaking pitch. You get it. A little backup breaking pitch. It just got underneath it.
Well, you can even look by his facial expression. Juan Rivera knows he had a pitch to drive. Backup breaking pitch. Right down the heart of the plate. Boy, it was just underneath it. Right here. You see the hips that had to open up, but right here the head's on the ball right there, and to be able to hit it, but end up missing it underneath it just enough to fly it out the center. Boy, if he stays back just a tad longer, that ball is gone.
We've seen Rivera punish baseballs that are hung right there over the heart of the plate like that. But as it goes, it's out number 2, and Howie Kendrick gets an opportunity here with runners at first and second. 5-1 Angels lead it here in the 5th. It was the 86th pitch thrown by Sean O'Sullivan. Kendrick goes down swinging. That will end the 5th. Third strikeout of the night for Sean O'Sullivan. 5 of the books. The Angels still on top by the score 5-1.
Coors Light Freeze Can. Betancourt gets some cheese on the inner half, turns on it. Down the line, is it fair or foul? It is off the fair foul pole for a home run for Betancourt. The only run of the game that Irvin Santana has allowed as the Angels lead this one 5-1 going into the 6th inning here. And that was our Coors Light Freeze Can, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Gregor Blanco, the leadoff man, to start things for Kansas City here in the 6th inning. He'll take a fastball up and away for ball 1. Blanco, Kendall, and Butler here in the Royals half of the 6th. Blanco with a ground out to first and a walk, so he's 0 for 1. Irvin at 75 pitches thus far. 76 is in for a strike. A fly ball out to left center. Gorgeous. Falls off for Brayu, and there's out number 1. Hey, folks, the Angels Hidden Halo program will take place tomorrow and Saturday. On each date, there will be specially marked promotional items randomly distributed upon entry into the stadium. The items will be distinctly marked with the Hidden Halo, which can be redeemed for prizes such as Oakley sunglasses, iPods, J.T. Schmitz and O.C. Sports Grill gift cards, autographed items, and much more. That is tomorrow and Saturday, the Hidden Halo program. Jason Kendall is 0 for 2. And a spectacular tear now through game number 1 of break out the Red Week.
Boy, an important homestand for the Angels this week.
Kendall out toward left center field. Abreu is there. 2 outs. And you say that because the Angels come into this with 9 games back. Texas is off today, so you got an opportunity to pick up a half game in the American League West. And more importantly, the Rangers are getting ready to start a series against the Yankees, and they got 3 against the Boston Red Sox, and they got 3 against the Tampa Bay Rays. So you've got to take advantage of the games at hand. And of course, Angel fans throughout this ballpark coming out and supporting the team continuously. And nice to see them out here on a Monday night.
I think when you look at the Texas Rangers right now, it's easy to say, well, they're so far ahead of the Angels, there's no chance of getting back. But the reality is they didn't play, and they haven't been playing real good baseball of late. And you mentioned the 3 teams they got to play coming up. Great opportunity to make up some grounds. If you somehow, some way, you're 4 or 5 games back, September 1, you have a legit chance. You play them 7 more times.
That's right. 3 here at the Big A, 4 to finish the year at the end of September, beginning of October.
Well, listen to Mike Scioscia in his pregame talk with the media. We'll talk about that when we come back. It's pretty interesting.
Juan Rivera will make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Irvin Santana. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Halos leading it 5-1. Home phone and wireless. Visit AT&T.com or call 1-800-PICK-AT&T for details. By your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. And by 76 Gasoline. We're on the driver's side. Bottom of the sixth inning here at the Big A. A lot of folks wearing red, a lot of folks eating, drinking, and being merry here on the Monday night. First of three against the Kansas City Royals. Halos up by the score of 5-1. Jeff Mathis lead things off here against John O'Sullivan, followed by Peter Borges in the top of the order and Bobby Abreu. Mathis is 0 for 2, trying to bunt his way on in the second. Then drilled one out to center field that was caught by Blanco. But nothing to show for that effort. It has a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Kansas City with a run on 3 hits. They've stranded 2. Angels 5 runs, 9 hits. They've left 5 on base. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Mathis. Longest out of the year for John O'Sullivan in the big leagues has been 6 innings. As Mathis goes down swinging on the changeup. There's out number 1. His longest minor league outing was back on June the 2nd when he went 7 against Portland.
So at least the third, or if not all 4 strikeouts have been on the off-speed pitch.
All 4 of them have. Brings up Peter Borges, who had an infield single. With 2 outs in the 4th, tries to bunt his way on and bunts right through it. And it snowballs into strike. Borges ended up stealing a base, his second in the big leagues. He scored on the Bobby Abreu home run. Bobby's on deck. He's already 3 for 3. A triple shy of the cycle now. One ball, 1 strike. Looks like Kendall wanted an appeal, but Marvin Hudson did not acknowledge him.
You look for a young hitter, see how they track a breaking pitch. That looked pretty good by Borges. That was a good hack on that fastball out over the plate. It's all about confidence for a young hitter to be successful in the big leagues. You get yourself in situations where you get fastball counts and you don't miss them.
Changeup, got him looking on the outside corner. 2 outs.
And now it's time for Coors Light. Cold, hard blast. Bobby Abreu getting another changeup. But that changeup was not down in the zone. That ball's in the stands with a big fly 2-run shot. For Bobby Abreu, single, double, and a dinger.
Double for Abreu, his 29th. That came in the second. Brought home 2 runs. The home run, his 13th. Brought home 2 more runs. His 64 RBIs. As you see the Angels who have hit for the cycle. Fastball is up and in for ball 1. O'Sullivan has racked up 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Having allowed 9 hits. 3 to Abreu. Breaking ball is on the corner, 1-1.
I was there for Dave Winfield when he hit for the cycle against the Royals. He had his last hit, I think it was a triple off Bill Bakota, who's a third baseman by trade, came in and saved the bullpen night. Gave up that last hit to Dave Winfield.
1-2 now. I think you should put an asterisk on that then.
Bakota had a good arm.
That's why I played third.
Yep.
One-two fastball brushes Bobby back, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Sullivan getting ready to throw his 100th pitch of the night.
Not going a fastball away.
And he got him looking. John O'Sullivan, on perhaps his last batter, has just struck out the side. 6 in the books here at the Big A. Angels lead it 5-1. Top of the 7th here at the Big A. Angels up by the score of 5-1. Irvin Santana with 3 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed. Delivers the first pitch fastball upstairs to Kila Ka'aiue for ball 1. Ka'aiue is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to center. 1-0 pitch is on the corner. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, in our ever-ending quest to figure out what Ka'aiue stands for, Norm Peters again submitting his best effort here. 1-1 pitch is lifted in the air to left. Abreu is there. Down number 1. In Morocco, apparently his name translates to one who goes for walk finds mirage. So Ka'aiue is the first down here in the 7th. Norm, I don't think that's right. Again, I tell you, he's just one of the best in the business. He is the wizard of 2000 Gene Autry Way. Norm Peters. Betemit takes upstairs.
Well, it certainly wasn't mirage. It was an out to left, though. We have that going for us.
Irvin falling behind at 2 balls and a strike. Betemit with a strikeout victim in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. This one over the head of Eric Ibar into left center. Base hit for Betemit as Borges gets the ball back in there. That'll put a man on for Alex Gordon. We go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Well, the big thing for Irvin Santana, there's smooth mechanics. Good pace, good tempo. Tell you what, his changeup has been very effective for him today. The slider, the same thing. Throwing a lot of strikes, only 1 walk. Here with 1 out in the 7th inning, 4 hits allowed. Not overpowering as far as the strikeout total, but getting pitches down in his zone and getting that good contact and getting through in deep into a ball game once again.
Kevin Jepson up and loosening. As Gordon takes upstairs the off-speed pitch. Gordon hit a fly ball to right in the 2nd, grounded out in the 5th, so he's 0 for 2. This one out toward left center field. Borges got a good jump on it. He can't make the catch. Abreu almost collide. Going to third is Betemit. He's being waved tall. And the bobble by the shortstop Ibar allows Betemit to score. And it's an RBI double for Alex Gordon. Makes it 5-2 Angels. Perhaps a little miscommunication out there between Borges and Abreu.
Yeah, I think Borges might have had a shot at that. Bobby came in there just at the very end and kind of screened him. He wasn't able to pick it up again because he was covering the ground. Well hit by Alex Gordon. A fastball out over the plate. Drove it well to left center field. The last second, we're just looking at where Bobby's going to be playing at. And Bobby doing the same thing. Haven't played together a whole lot. Bobby playing left field now. Different read on a fly ball as compared to being in right field.
So with 1 out, a man at second base. Gordon picking up his 9th RBI and his 3rd double. Irvin's given up back-to-back hits here with 1 out of the 7th. And Mitch Meyer will step in. He's the right fielder. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to center. Off-speed pitches outside. A couple of off-speed pitches to start the last couple of batters for Irvin.
And it's been an effective pitch for him, but you have to establish that fastball first and foremost.
ripping one to right field. That falls for a base hit. Gordon is going to be stopped at third base as Rivera gets the ball back in. And that's 3 straight hits now against Irvin Santana.
Again, you look at this pitch total, it's not high, but Mike Scioscia's seen enough as far as good contact by Royal hitters. He's going to make that pitching change.
Well, he's thrown 95 pitches, 62 for strikes, and having struck out 3 and walked 1. That will end the night for Irvin Santana. Pitching change. We're in the 7th. Kevin Jepson is coming on in relief, with the Angels leading it by the score 5-2. Royals have got a couple of men on, though. Run first and third with 1 away as we take a look at our in and out, who's in, who's out. Kevin Jepson takes over for Irvin Santana. He would be facing Yuniesky Betancourt. See the numbers overall for Kevin Jepson. 2-2 and a 4.23 ERA. Got back into the swing of things over the weekend in Detroit. Went 2/3 of an inning in yesterday's game, giving up a hit.
The big thing for Kevin Jepson here, he has that ability to get that strikeout, but a 1-pitch ground ball double play would be that much better for him. Betancourt has hit into 5 double plays this season. Kansas City as a team have hit in 107 double plays.
Betancourt swings the first pitch and skies one down the left field line into foul territory. That is hooking into the seats. And it's no balls and a strike. Santana in the dugout. The line not official as of yet, since the 2 runners on base are his. 6 1/3, 3 punch outs and a walk.
Certainly a nice adjustment compared to what his last game looked like as far as throwing strikes and hitting his spots. A couple pitches this inning. Other than that, very good outing for Irvin Santana.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Gordon will score, and it's 5-3 Angels. Betancourt picking up his 2nd RBI and his 3rd hit of the game.
Fastball up. You want to get that ground ball double play. Take some of that sting off the bat. You got to work it down in the strike zone. And Jepson elevated that pitch.
That run charged to Irvin Santana. Got to bring up Chris Getz. Betancourt now with 2 RBIs in the game, giving up 48 for the year. And Getz takes a fastball outside. Kind of unraveled for Irvin here in the 7th. He retired the sign in order in the 4th. Gave up that solo home run to Betancourt in the 5th, but then retired the sign in order in the 6th. Got the leadoff man for the first out here in the 7th. That was KCA. But then a single to Betamete, double to Gordon, and a single to Meyer. That's why Irvin's in the dugout, checking things out now. Chopper towards second as Sturris only plays the lead runner, and that's at second base. Bencourt is retired.
Smart play, too, by Meister, just to get that lead runner there at second base. You still set up a force play at second. Also, you keep a runner for being in scoring position. Look, like initially, Meister was just going to throw the first base on that slow chop. You're not going to get Getz on a double play ball. Nice play, flipping it back to Ibar to get Bencourt at second base.
So here's the leadoff man, Gregor Blanco, with 2 outs, 2 on. Jepson trying to keep it a 5-3 Angels lead. It doesn't appear there's any action, or I haven't seen any action in Kansas City's bullpen. So Sean O'Sullivan, who's thrown 100 pitches, would be coming back out, especially after striking out the side in the 6th inning. That was Mathis, Borges, and Abreu. Blanco takes a fastball for a strike. Bobby Abreu and Peter Borges very shallow in left and center respectively, but Juan Rivera is still playing very deep and right.
Yeah, they're playing very shallow. Juan Rivera extremely deep in right field.
Especially for a guy like Gregor Blanco, not known for his power. Gets with good speed over at first. A time was called. Mitch Meyer over at third and gets it first. Blanco backing out at the plate after Jepson stepped off there. Gets with 11 stolen bases on the year. He's been conscious once. There he goes. Pitch out. Throw it out to second base. Getz is out at second. Jeff Mathis has just gunned down Chris Getz, who may be hurt or may have jammed something. Slow to get up. But the Royals scored 2 on 4 hits, and it's a 5-3 Angel lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Five to 3. And what a play by Jeff Mathis and Eric Ibar to end the top of the inning.
Well, Getz had a pretty good jump, too, but Ibar, what he did, he's had his foot there to block the path of Getz to be able to get his hand in on the base, and the tag was applied. Quick tag, good throw. by Mathis.
Our One West Bank, one person, one play, brought to you by One West Bank, one person at a time. It's only the 5th time that Chris Getz has been caught stealing in 42 attempts. And a big one at that it ended the Royals' threat. Ibar, Kayaspo, Matsui here against Sean O'Sullivan. Ibar's 1 for 3, had a base hit in the first. Pulls this one up the middle, and that is a base hit into center. So the leadoff man is on board here. The Angels half of the 7th, bringing up Alberto Kayaspo.
Well, you got to believe right now Eric Ibar is going to try to steal a base himself.
Action in the Royals bullpen. Kanekoa Teixeira, guy who started the year from a Rule 5 pick from the Yankees organization with the Seattle Mariners. And ends up with the Kansas City Royals. Been in the big leagues since being acquired from Seattle. So he's up and loosening now as Kayaspo steps in. He's 1 for 3. Had a base hit in the 3rd. He's hit a fly ball to center. He's also lined out. First pitch fastball's outside. Angels have action in their pen as Fernando Rodney's up and loosening. Got Jepson working 2/3 of an inning. Quick throw to first. Ibar's easily back. Ibar with 16 stolen bases, tied for the team lead. He had Bobby Abreu. Eric's been caught 7 times. Abreu 9.
O'Sullivan not real quick to the plate. 1.34 to 1.40 as far as times to the plate. So if you pick the right time to go, good chance of being successful. Certainly, if you're a pitcher, you want to stay around 1.2 to 1.25 to give your catcher that best opportunity to throw out a would-be base star. Anything over 1.3, certainly in the 1.4 range, it's not real quick to the plate. You have a great chance to steal against it.
Ibar goes. The 1-0 pitch is up high. The third out from Kendall, not in time. 17th stolen base of the year for Ibar. And a man in scoring position here with nobody out in the 7th.
Good jump. Not only is with Sean O'Sullivan, it's the leg kick, but it's also that long arm action that he has. And Kendall, no chance that throw is on the shortstop side of the base anyhow. Ibar easily steals that bag. That's not on Kendall. That's on O'Sullivan.
Kayaspo backing out at the plate. He's got a fantastic hitter's count at 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0. Waving at the off-speed pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Mentioned the Rangers are off as they await the arrival of the New York Yankees for a quick 2-game set beginning tomorrow. Oakland and Seattle are playing up at Safeco Field. New manager there, Darren Brown, former AAA manager for the Rainiers, taking over for the fired Don Wakamatsu. Seattle leading Oakland 3-1. Kayaspo lays off for that. That's 3 balls and a strike. That came at the top of the 8th inning.
I certainly don't agree with that move by Seattle, why they made that decision.
A lot of folks kind of point to Jack Zarezic, the terrific job that he did in acquiring Cliff Lee, just didn't acquire the offense to help out. Three-one pitch. Kayaspo pulls it over to the right side. Butler's got it. Feed O'Sullivan, and it works essentially as a sacrifice as Ibar ends up at 3rd.
Good productive out. The Angels have done some good things of late as far as either going hit and run, stealing some bases, and productive outs. Hitting the ball to the right side to advance a base runner.
So with Hideki Matsui due to come up, Ned Yost is going to go out. Talk things over here. Wonder whether or not Yost ends up going to Teixeira. or sticks with O'Sullivan. He's going to go to the bullpen. Sean O'Sullivan has thrown 107 pitches in his outing tonight, and he is done. Kanekoa Teixeira, coming on to relief here with one out in the seventh, and the Angels leading it. The Angels up on the score of 5-3. Irvin Santana ended up going 6 1/3, striking out 3, giving up 3 runs on 6 hits. He's helped out offensively. 10 total hits thus far. Bobby Abreu, 3 of them. That one a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. They put the Angels up on the score of 5-0. The Royals have chipped away since then with a run in the 5th, 2 in the 7th. But the Halos have a man at third base with 1 out. Hideki Matsui coming up, and Sean O'Sullivan out of the game, talking things over with pitching coach Bob McClure.
Well, certainly some good signs if you're a Kansas City Royal fan with Sean O'Sullivan. 6 strikeouts, very good changeup, spotted his fastball well, but some mistakes out over the middle part of the plate, not establishing that off-speed stuff enough. And I still think that little change in the delivery allows left-handers to see the ball out of his hand a little bit more than they would probably want to.
Kanekoa Teixeira is on the mound, 1-1 mark and a 4.17 ERA.
Got a good sinking fastball, 89-94, a curveball, and will throw above average changeup.
Infield is in, and Matsui takes a fastball up and away. Teixeira was claimed on waivers from the Seattle Mariners on June the 3rd. Since he was a Rule 5 pick, he's got to remain in the big leagues for the remainder of the season. The 1-0 pitch is cut on and fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hideki, who's 1 for 3. Had an RBI ground out in the 1st, had a single in the 5th. The 1-1 pitch is lifted in the air down a left field line. It is slicing. It is foul. Not a bad idea. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Teixeira trying to keep that fastball down in the outside part of the plate. Matsui's trying to hit a fly ball to get that insurance run back.
Eric Ibar on board. He had a leadoff single, stole a base, and moved to third on the ground out by Callaspo. 1-2 is down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Halos with 10 hits already in this one. They had 10 yesterday, 13 on Saturday, 9 on Friday. And again, Torrey Hunter will miss 1 more game for that 4-game suspension. Be back in the lineup on Wednesday afternoon. Matsui fouls that one back. Brian Bullington going for Kansas City tomorrow night against Dan Herron. And then on Wednesday afternoon, that's a 12:35 start. It'll be Jared Weaver going for the Angels against Zach Greinke of the Royals. Two balls, two strikes here on Hideki Matsui with one out. Outside, full count. Sturis on deck. Outfield's pretty shallow, especially in left and center for a guy like Matsui. He's got the ability to drive the ball the opposite way. Gordon in left, Blanco in center. Myers pretty much straight up and right. Foul back. And they've been pitching Matsui to the opposite field too.
Well, in one mistake, if he elevates that fastball up at all, that's going to be over Gordon's head in left field. The Teixeira's got to stay down in the strike zone. If you're going to stay away like that, you better hit your spot. One mistake, all of a sudden 6-3 at least. Shook off a changeup. A ball call.
They're calling a balk, and here comes Alba. Not going to get much of an argument, especially when you've got a catcher like Jason Kendall hanging his head. He saw it. And it's 6-3 Halos.
See the movement.
Yep. And Kendall tried to call time. You see him with his head down. He
tried
lifted the right arm up to call time.
Didn't work out. Well, we've seen a lot of balks of late. Same type of thing where movement, looking in and shaking off the catcher's signs. Cannot move. You can't make that movement as if you're going towards the plate or going in your stretch position.
Well, Teixeira comes in and walks Matsui. The book is now closed, by the way, on Sean O'Sullivan. Here's Meiser Sturis. Still one out. Meiser rips one into right field. There's a base hit. One hop over to Meyer, and it's thrown back into the infield. Matsui stopping at second.
Good job by the offense responding to those 2 runs the Royals scored at the top of the 7th. Coming right back with one with an opportunity to score more. Meiser, good swing. All about getting that offense back. I think the big thing for whether it's Mickey, of course, working with the hitters, or Mike Scioscia, getting people movement during the course of the game in which you got stolen bases, hit and run. More action. This club has been always built around a club that can create runs. Yes, they have the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark on occasion, but it's the games in which you don't hit home runs. Can you score enough to win?
Rivera takes a fastball outside for ball one. Juan's hitless in this one, 0 for 3. Grounded out his first time up. The last 2, he's hit a fly ball to center. This one lifted in the air toward right center field. Myers back there. Make the catch. Matsui's tagging and heading to third. That was in there safely. There are 2 outs.
Aggressively going into third base. We saw a few games ago where Matsui was going on a hit and run.
Yep.
Mike Scioscia is asking all his players in this lineup to be in position to run, be aggressive.
Here's Howie Kendrick. He's 1 for 3, extending his hitting streak to 11 games with a second inning base hit on O'Sullivan. Came around to score a run. Other 2 times he has struck out. This one lined into the alley in right center field. Blanco got a terrific jump after he was shading Kendrick that way. And he tracks it down for out number 3. But the Angels get a run back courtesy of the block by Teixeira after 7 at 6-3 Halos. movie passes, Oakley sunglasses, iPods, Disney gift cards, autographed Jared Weaver stadium banners, Torrey Hunter autographed jersey, all-star gear, and more. Get your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com. I like those stadium chairs. Those dugout chairs. Not dugout, the clubhouse chairs.
Yeah. Oh, they're a giveaway too?
I don't know. I don't want to promise something if I cannot deliver. But if I promise it, I'll buy one or two and we'll give them away.
All right.
You and I will donate 2 clubhouse chairs. Mark it down. Let's get on the phone.
Okay.
Fernando Rodney comes on in relief here in the 8th inning. The Halos up 6-3. Blanco, Kendall, and Butler here. Rodney last pitched on Friday. Blanco pulls a bunt up the first base line. Rodney, pretty much the only chance you had really was for him to pick it up and tag out Blanco. He got off the mound to the right side fairly quickly. Just a perfect bunt by Blanco, and the leadoff man is on board.
Yeah, that's the one you work on all spring training long, in which the communication right away as a pitcher, you got to say that you have that baseball no matter what, because you're falling over that way to begin with. If the first baseman is going to be forced to cover, there's no way Meister's going to be able to get there from second base position.
And even if Howie picks it up, it's virtually impossible with the angle the pitcher's running. It's to turn around and backpedal to the base and try to catch a baseball.
And we'll see it on Wednesday, too. Jared Weaver does a great job as far as communication. He tells his first baseman on that particular play to stay back, that he's going to field that baseball. That's the one chance you have. You got to go all the way through. Most times you don't even have time to flip it to the first base. You just field it and run through the base. Yep. It's a foot race.
Jason Kendall at the plate. 1 ball, no strike on him. He's 0 for 3 in this one. Mentioned that Rodney had pitched on Friday, went 1 inning, gave up a hit. It was a scoreless inning. That was the Angels' 4-2 victory. Weaver's 11th win. 1-0 is in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Nando always likes to wear that cap just ever so slightly askew. Throw off the timing of hitters, possibly. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count here on Kendall. He's trying to go the opposite way and loops one into the fans. And that's 1-2. It's Fernando Rodney's 49th appearance of the year. He's the team leader in that category as far as bullpen mates.
We've seen that fastball at times clocked at 98 and 99 miles an hour. Very good changeup, but it's all about throwing strikes.
1-2 fastball misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But Jason Kendall certainly has grinded out a career, especially after that horrific injury. Broke his leg.
Is that on the AstroTurf at Pittsburgh, the old Three River Stadium or Riverfront? Boy, that was tough to see.
2-2, got him looking with that changeup, and he knew it. There's down number 1.
He was definitely fooled on that changeup. He was looking for a fastball after the fastball at 97. The pitch prior to this one. Great arm angle and great arm action on that changeup. Boy, he turned over that circle changeup perfectly at 83 miles an hour. Froze Kendall.
Kendall actually fracturing his right ankle on that play. But still has had one heck of a career. Butler rips one into the alley in right center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Blanco can run, so he's going to be waved around, and he will come in to score. It is 6-4 Angels. RBI double for Billy Butler.
Like we mentioned earlier in the game, Billy Butler, that's his power swing. Hitting the ball in the alley. You don't have to hit a home run to be able to drive in runs. The ball hit that well, even with the man on first. A great chance of scoring the run, and that's what he was able to do.
Number 25, designated hitter,
Also does a very good job on the fastball. If you go fastball on the inner half against Billy Butler, it's got to be off the plate and elevated, because he's very good as far as staying back and going inside out with that swing. That's his power spot, inner half, to be able to go the other way.
Very good fastball hitter. And with a man in scoring position, only one out here. KCA is up at the plate. He swings the first pitch and pops it up. But Keeler does not get cheated in his swings here. As a player who makes the transfer out number 2. That was a huge hack there. Trying to tie things up with one swing of the bat.
And also very aggressive, too, early in the count. The youngster, he's going to learn eventually to be able to see some more pitches. Pulled off that fastball just enough, hit that fly ball. Left field, a pretty good pitch to hit.
Yeah, just on that swing right there, we saw the replay. Like a bigger, thicker version of Carlos Pena, the Tampa Bay Rays.
In that good swing through. He'll figure it out.
Well, he's 0 for 4 in tonight's game. 2 outs here as Wilson Betemit steps to the plate. A couple of guys chucking right now for Kansas City. Jesse Chavez and Blake Wood. Wood's the guy on the left as Betemit takes a fastball inside. Betemit is 1 for 3. Had a single and a run scored in the 7th. Two balls, no strikes here on Betemit.
Well, that pitch didn't miss by a whole lot on the inside part of the plate. Betemit, dangerous power. Locate this fastball well if you're going to throw a fastball if you're Fernando Rodney.
Off speed pitch, and it's 3 balls and no strikes with Alex Gordon on deck. Three and one. Going back at the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Betemit chasing the high fastball. It's a full count. It would have been ball 4. Doing Fernando Rodney a favor there.
Now, if you're Fernando, you have options. You go even higher up with the fastball, or this is a perfect time to throw that changeup off the outside part of the plate. You got a hitter that's aggressive up.
Trying to get through the 8th inning here with Kansas City, having scored a run. Angels up by the score of 6-4. Here comes the payoff pitch. Betemit hits a fly ball to center. Playable for Borges. Waves off for Gray and the 8th. Kansas City gets a run on a couple of hits, leaves a man in scoring position. Bottom of the 8th. Halos up 6-4. tonight it's been all about Bobby Abreu, Gooby.
Bobby's seeing the ball well. Even some off-speed pitches against Sean O'Sullivan. A couple of mistakes. Drives that one after that single. Drives to the wall for an RBI double. Then gets that elevated pitch and drives at the right center field for a 2-run big fly for Bobby Abreu. What a game so far.
He'll get one more shot at trying to seal up the cycle as the Halos have Mathis, Borges, and Abreu due up here in the bottom of the 8th inning, up by the score of 6-4. New pitcher on in relief for Kansas City as Jesse Chavez takes over here for Konakoa Teixeira. Teixeira ended up going 2/3 of an inning, balking home a run, and walking one man as well as giving up a hit. Chavez a 4-2 mark at a 5.53 ERA.
Chavez with a good fastball, 92 to 95 range. Also has a pretty good slider and will mix in an occasional changeup to left-handed batters.
Chavez came over in the deal with Gregor Blanco from the Atlanta Braves. Rick Ankiel, Kyle Farnsworth going back to Atlanta. Spent some time in the Texas Rangers organization. Moved on to Pittsburgh. Here's Mathis. Hits one down the right field line. Mitch Meyer in fair territory makes the catch, and there is out number 1. Hey, folks, come out to the Big A this Friday as all fans in attendance will receive a free Breakout the Red Week scratcher. Prizes include a sweet night to a future Angels game, autographed items, or 40% off select merchandise at the Angels Stadium team stores. For game tickets, visit angelsbaseball.com. That will be a first of 3 against the Toronto Blue Jays beginning on Friday night after the off day. On Thursday, as Brian Fuentes gets ready for the 9th inning. Borges takes a strike. He's 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, stolen base, a run scored, and a punch out. No balls and 2 strikes.
That has pretty good fastball. It's in 92 to 95 range, but a couple 94-mile-an-hour fastballs with that late action on it.
Off-speed pitch, got Borges looking at a straight changeup, 2 outs. Well, here comes Abreu at his last bid to try to get that triple for the cycle. He had a single and a run score to the first. A 2 RBI double in the second, 2-run home run in the fourth, and struck out looking in the 6th inning.
I mean, Bobby generally pretty patient, but I imagine if he gets a first pitch fastball, you think he's going to try to crush this ball. See if he can get that cycle. Here comes the fastball first pitch.
He'll take a strike. No 1 pitch, off speed, cued foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 on its way. Abreu pulls this one foul up the first base line. We'll check the bat. Pretty good pitch in on the hands.
Either a slider or a cut fastball in the inner half.
Chavez in the National League, a 3-2 mark at a 5.89 ERA in 28 games with the Bravos. 4th game he's pitched in the American League this year. Off-speed pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Total of 4 innings, 5 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, now 4. And no walks. He's around the plate. Breaking pitch, just got a piece of it. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Fastball takes outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chavez from Fontana. Went to RCC, Riverside Community College. Bobby hits a high towering fly ball to left center. Alex Gordon, the left fielder. It's a 1-2-3 inning as the Angels go down in order. We head to the 9th. The Angels turning the ball over to Brian Fuentes to try to pick up game 1. Sandwich combo serving curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. By Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. And by Jack Daniels. Your friends at Jack Daniels remind you to drink responsibly. Top of the 9th inning here at the Big A. It is a 6-4 Angel lead. Mike Scioscia turned the ball over to Brian Fuentes. And a happy 35th birthday. Native of Merced, California, looking for his 22nd save of the year. And here in the 9th inning, he'll be facing Gordon, Meyer, and Betancourt. Also like to wish a belated 16th birthday to Eric Valenciano. I totally blanked yesterday. He had his 16th birthday yesterday. Huge Angel fan, so I wanted to make sure that I got out there today.
Good job.
On the heels of Brian's 35th birthday. Alex Gordon, 1 for 3, had an RBI double. That came in the 7th. Picked up his 9th RBI of the year. Showing bunt there and takes outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Gordon, Meyer, Betancourt, the scheduled 3 batters. Lefty, righty, except it's like Ned Yost is going to go to the bench and bring up Willie Bloomquist to bat for Meyer. Gordon takes a strike and it's 1-1.
A good spot for Fuentes there. After missing off the outside corner. Fastball's been pretty consistent. 88 to 90 range. Hitting his spots.
This one looped on a third base shot, and it'll find its place in the seats. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Bryant finished off Friday night's game against the Tigers, going 1 inning and striking out 2, walking the man. Picking up his 21st save. Ahead of the count of the ball and 2 strikes. That fastball just missed outside, 2-2. Two pitch. Boy, that's a pretty good pitch on the outside corner right there. Fuentes doesn't get the call. It's a full count. You can't paint any better than that.
Well, especially when it's 2 strikes, the hitter generally is going to be swinging at that pitch anyhow. That, if at all, it's only about a half a baseball off the corner, but it looked like it crossed the plate in the zone.
Payoff pitch. Leadoff walk. So a man on here for Willie Bloomquist will be pinch hitting for Mitch Meyer. Bloomquist comes in hitting .242. Couple of home runs, 12 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, 1 for 6. That includes a home run, 2 runs batted in.
Certainly a very difficult guy to double up. Only hitting 3 double plays this season.
First pitch is a strike.
Pretty close to that same pitch on the outside corner against Alex Gordon.
That's what I don't understand sometimes with the strike zone, but then again, those guys are professionals. Highly trained individuals. No 1 pitch. Bloomquist breaks his bat, loops for the left. There's a base hit. Gordon advances to second. So nobody out here in the 9th, and the Royals have the tying run on base.
Pitch outer half off the end of the bat. Off speed pitch, he was able to track it. Especially after that first pitch fastball inside. Now they talk the strategy of a possible bunt.
Tough to ask a guy who's 3 for 3 to bunt for you, but it's what you would think to be the right move. He does have the propensity to swing early in a count. Perhaps you can get him to chase something out of the strike zone.
I think if you were the Angels, you would take that out.
He is going to bunt here. Drops a perfect one up the first base side. Mathis will flip on to Meiser. And the sacrifice works as Alex Gordon moves to third base. And Bloomquist to second. Now Mike Aviles is going to pinch hit here for Chris Getz.
Very nice job by Betancourt deadening that baseball. Mathis jumps out and makes the play at first. Again, you get an out here.
Aviles batting for Getz here. He's hitting .289 with a couple of home runs, 16 runs batted in. Getz ended the evening going 0 for 3. There's the first pitch. It's a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. This one's out towards center. Borges is right there. Deadliest chance, makes the catch. The throw comes to third. But Gordon wasn't going anywhere.
Wow, that's a surprise. As you could tell by Borges, he was assuming Gordon was coming home to be able to keep the runner from advance from second to third. A gift.
I mean, more times than not, I mean, that's what the defense is playing, because that run at third means absolutely nothing.
Exactly what you're doing is throwing to third base and prevent, be able to get the third, Bloomquist to get the third, because then he could tie it up in a wild pitch.
Ned Yost is emptying the bench here in the ninth inning. Brian Pena, the switch hitter, will step in here with 2 outs and 2 on to face Brian Fuentes. Pena 191 average this year. The breaking pitch is down low. '27th game for Pena, who as a pinch hitter this year is 0 for 7. Has picked up an RBI. Leadoff walk, followed by a pinch hit single by Willie Bloomquist. Second and third, 2 outs. Pena down the right field line, long run for Kendrick and Rivera. It is a foul ball. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Ned Yost opting to go with a guy like Pena instead of Gregor Blanco, the guy who was his leadoff man, who went 1 for 3 today.
Especially a guy with the type of speed that Blanco has, puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Try to keep the inning alive somehow if he puts something in play in the dirt, or pardon me, in the field. One pitch. Pena out to right, playable for Rivera as he goes back a couple of steps. Light that baby up as the Angels have taken game 1 of the 3-game series against the Kansas City Royals by the final of 6-4.
Boy, happy birthday to Brian Fuentes. Gets another save. Bobby Abreu, what a game. Single, double, home run. Irvin Santana, solid in his performance in 6 1/3 innings pitch. It's good to see the club get back to the winning ways. Won 2 out of 3 in Detroit. Here they come back home, pick up a half a game on Texas and a full game on Oakland, who lost up in Seattle.
Irvin Santana picks up his 11th win of the year. He's now 11-8, going 6 1/3, giving up 3 runs and striking out 3. Sean O'Sullivan, the former Halo, also went 6 1/3, but he takes a loss and he drops to 1-3, while Brian Fuentes is able to pick up his 22nd save of the year. The Halos once again double digits in hits with 11 total. Kansas City made it interesting later in the game, but a nice job overall by Irvin Santana. Kevin Jepson is scoreless 2/3. Fernando Rodney gave up a run in his inning, and of course Fuentes, the big goose egg in his 1 last inning.
And some good things too, as far as some stolen bases, some hit and runs, some situational type hitting, productive outs. A big run there in the bottom of the 7th inning to give him a 2-run cushion. So the club did some things well today, played some solid defense, and picked up a huge victory as they try to get closer and closer to Texas, and of course now caught Oakland.
Now the Angels pick up game 1 of this 3-game series by the final of 6-4. The big hero offensively, Bobby Abreu, fell a triple shy of the cycle. He's with our very own Sean Farnham.
Bobby, you hit the ball so well tonight, 3 for 5 rather, but you get 4 RBIs, you tie a season high there. Talk about what a rhythm you're in at the plate right now.
It was good. I mean, I make a pretty good contact. Hit the ball, good in the gap. So I've been working a lot, in the cage and batting practice too, just to trying to get my rhythm back, and it worked today. Be successful. So I take it.
Last time we were in Angel Stadium, you weren't the leadoff hitter, but since you've made that change in the lineup, you're now 3 wins in 4 games. Are you the winning combination to get everything jump-started at the top of the order?
I take it. Well, that's fine. Anything that I can do, to help the team win. If I hit a leadoff, it's by the second, by the third, it doesn't matter. I just want to just win, and it's going to stay for a while into my make the change. If we stay like this and the rest of the season. If we want to win, that's what really matters.
The bats are really coming through on the road trip to now 70 hits in the last 7 games combined. Those are productive numbers. They're going to help you win a lot more games.
That's good. I mean, we take that, and we just have to just keep doing the way that we're doing, and. To me, what matters is just win the game, and we just have to just keep playing the way that we play today and enjoy it.
All right, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, the Angels come back home to take on the Royals, and they pick up a win to start off.